us and all the faculty members that have joined us. We welcome all of you to the third day of the Gsmc 2021, which is a dedicated day to Marktech or usage of technology, marketing in workplace technology. And I would like to begin today's day by giving a short, yet a very short brief of our external chair, Dr. Shad Ahmed Khan. So Dr. Khan has done his PhD in business administration. He's net qualified MBA and BCom honors. He's a dedicated and passionate business management learner who is open to adopt different working cultures and environment with educational specialization in the field of marketing and professional strength in the field of business law, general management, and soft skills development. An active academician and researcher who is imparting his knowledge and skills to the industry through consultancy projects. With a professional experience of more than a decade of working in 3 countries, Dr. Shad has widely traveled and well exposed to the global scenario. Presently, he is a member of many international professional groups, editorial boards of journals, and member of advisory board of 16 universities. Dr. Khan is a recipient of Academic Achievement Award by the Royal University of Bhutan for his innovative teaching pedagogy in 2014, Teaching Excellence Award by Indira Gandhi Research Center, the EPOC, and University Grants Commission India for the year 2020. Mr. Khan is presently an assistant professor at the College of Business, University of Buraimi, Al Buraimi, Sultanate of Oman. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today, and we look forward to your inputs, observations, and your skilled masterclass that we're all looking forward to.
Thank you so much for giving this lovely opportunity. Can I start now?
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful. So I'm sharing my screen first of all, and then we'll continue. So it seems one person can share the screen, multiple recipients, okay. At the outset, a very good afternoon. I don't know what's the time there in India. It must be 2:30 now, 2:45. So good afternoon, one and all there. It's indeed a great pleasure and honor for me to be here today. Sorry for keeping you waiting. It was completely unavoidable. I had to resource one of the sessions which was running in my university on SPSS. So I was a bit lost in the session there. So, but anyway, I'm glad that I was able to make it. Thank you so much, Dr. Seema, Professor Purva, Ms. Shruti for approaching me and then having this session done. So without any further ado, I'll take you to the whole session and then we'll discuss in the whole process that what this session is all about. So my agenda today is technology usage in marketing workplace. So this is the topic which was given to me by your institution, and I thought that I will be sharing my thoughts on this because having a PhD in e-marketing, I had a lot to share on this whole phenomenon, and this was something which I wanted to share. But I believe that many of you may not be very much abreast with e-marketing or marketing concepts, so I will be starting with the basics, and then we'll move forward. I have tried to make my slides very simple, so it is understandable by all of you. So let us start. What is marketing? Now, as the world is changing, we are not calling it marketing, we call it now global marketing activity, because the way we are available online now, things are not very much indigenous from a marketer's point of view. For example, you may be having a very ethnic kind of thing available in your locality, but that ethnic wear may have demand in other part of the world. So that is the reason you never know where your customers are sitting today. And the way we all are connected, and you will see that now we have the logistic company which are shipping things all across the globe. It is important to understand how the segmentation goes on. It is not rocket science, it is still the same. When you talk about global marketing or indigenous marketing or national marketing, it has not changed much. You will see it is still talking about the same 3 components: customers, company, and competitors, product, place, price, and promotion. So it talks about the same thing. It has not changed much, but the way we do it has changed. Now, let's quickly understand what the marketers were trying to do. So initially marketers were trying to identify a product. They used to create a product and offer to the customers. Slowly, the marketers, they started matching the products with the customers' need. And that's where the customization started coming into the whole process. So they had few options that either they cater to all customers' need, or they cater to some generic market, or they identify a homogeneous product which is preferred by a mass market, and that can help them to target the market in which they are targeting. So it can be a single target market, like I target India, or within India I target Gujarat or Maharashtra, or I can target the specific requirement of a city, or I can go for a multiple target market like McDonald's is doing. So for Arabian countries, McDonald's has a different strategy. For Indian subcontinent, they have a different strategy. For the West Asian countries, they have a different strategy. Or we go for a combined target market approach where we are taking different market and we try to offer the same products like Starbucks is doing. So this is the main phenomenon around which the entire process of marketing is revolving around. But one thing which you will see is that customers has always been the focus. And whether we talk about the marketing workplace, or we are talking about the selling workplace or the customer's place, always for a marketer, customers are there in the mind. And what actually helps marketer to sell the products is usually the economic needs of the customer, the psychological variables, social influences, or the purchase situation, which combined goes to the customer decision process, and then it tells you whether the customer is going to buy it or he is not going to buy it. The same concept was adopted in e-marketing also. The process have changed. Marketing activity is the same, but now the medium of marketing activity is now distributed into internet marketing, intranet marketing, email marketing, extranet marketing, mobile marketing. But the objective is still the same. That is to create exchange and satisfaction among customers. So when we are doing these kind of things, few terms have come up, and it is often confusing that what these terms are all about. So I thought that it will be a good takeaway from my session if I can tell the difference of this term, that which term is bigger and which one is not. There is a Professor Al-Johri. He is a professor in Stanford University, UK, and he tried to simplify this whole thing, the relationship, by this image in 2008. And he says that e-business is the largest set, which has a subset of e-commerce, which has a subset of e-marketing, and internet marketing is a part of it. So for those of you who still have the confusion that how these things are different and how these things are interrelated, this image perhaps will help you. Now, few new terms have emerged in the recent years in the arena of marketing, and you must be knowing these things. For example, social media marketing. There are many social media influencers. Many of the influencers must be sitting here as well, who must be having their active accounts on Instagram, Facebook, and other places. There is a new term called artificial intelligence, which has gained prominence. We call it AI now. Then we have digital marketing. We have inbound marketing, lead nurturing, ideal customer profile, customer acquisition costs. These are some of the terms which has come up in the recent years. I'll not be able to cover all of these terms, but we'll try to look into the topic which has been given to me. Now, the topic which has been given to me is having the marketing technology in the workplace. It is most probably the marketer's workplace. So for this purpose, I refer to one of the literature, and it is with Harvard Business Review. And to my surprise, they actually foreseen many things in way back in 2014, which we are seeing today. And most of their recommendations are still aptly matching with our requirements. So what they say is, the first thing that a marketer has to do today in his workplace. That time it was a recommendation, now it has become a practice. The first thing is the analytics. First thing is the analytics. And what is this analytics? Analytics is that they are going to track the customers. What is the customer need? Because gone are the days where people used to match their products with the customers, which was known as push marketing at that point of time. Now there is a new concept, that is, what if we offer something to the customer which they already need, directly catering to their requirements. Try to create a pull, and from there it has emerged as pull marketing. That there is a need, we cater to that need, and automatically customers will be pulled towards it. For example, COVID vaccines. There was corona everywhere, they emerged a need. So you have a product that is a vaccine, and automatically you don't have to market it much. Automatically your customers are pulled in. It will be I will be using it in the wrong way because it's a healthcare product. But if you see from the marketing point of view, already they identify the need and they try to pull it. So what now marketers are doing? Marketers are keeping an eye on the digital platforms. And that has become one of the crucial information which we are sharing ourselves with the marketers, knowingly or unknowingly. The moment you are giving the acceptance to the cookie setting, instantly you are sending tons of information to the digital environment, to the analytics company, and they are going to analyze everything, what has been your pattern and what has been your trend. And that is the reason the algorithms of these websites are catering to your need. For example, YouTube will only show those videos in which you are interested in. Other sites will tell you what you are interested in. So they are trying to identify that what are your data and what is your preference. So for this one, if you are a marketer, you can use some of the tools which is freely available, like Google Analytics is freely available. You can use it. There are little bit of subscription charges for Adobe Analytics. You can also use this if you are a marketer, and they are really working well. The second thing is conversion optimization, which now marketers are using. We all make our websites, we all are making our workplace, but the chances of conversion of a visit into a customer, that particular concept, we call it the conversion, and how we can optimize it, because there are problems. As per the researches, only 3% people who are coming through an online ad, they will fill the website form. I suspect how many of you have ever filled a website form to a advertisement site or to a random site which you have visited, and you try to know more and it pops out a form to you. The chances are less that you will be filling up a form. With conversion optimization, this has increased to 6%. Okay, now what is this conversion optimization? Without letting the customers fill your form, if you are able to generate some data from them, if you are able to generate some data from them, at least their email addresses, and then later on the customized email is sent to them, the chances are that the customers or the potential customer who are visiting your sites will double as compared to the traditional method. So through conversion optimization, it has doubled now. It is roughly 6%. So that is again what they are doing. Now for this purpose, you can use some of the tools. WordStream is a leading tool for this one. Then Optimizely is another tool which is doing this kind of thing. Then Unbounce is there, which can help you. The third thing, which is very known to all of us, is email. Now, here is something which we want to know. We all send emails to each other whenever there are conferences. My email also gets filled with lots of email, the messages related to conferences, publication opportunities and all. And honestly speaking, most of them are not liked by me. Same thing applies to the marketing world as well when you're selling something. It's not about spamming people by sending them tons of email and there are a lot of mail in their list. When you talk about marketers today, they are now trying to create a pull by influencing the customers, by influencing the people so that they can get the permission to send an email. Customers, they from their own side, they are giving permission to these marketing companies that I want to know more about you. I want to know more about your offers. I want to know more about your products. And I want to subscribe to your mailing list. And they are willingly subscribing. That is the winning situation. So that is the winning situation, that when your customers are interested in receiving emails from you, instead of you becoming annoying for your customers by sending them a lot of emails and spamming them all the time. And then your mails later on are found in the spam folder rather than to be there in the primary inbox of theirs. So this is a winning situation. For this one, if you really want to do this one, there are some tools which are available, like Mailchimp is there, Constant Contact is there, marketing automation is there. And what they do is they have a lot of email capabilities built in, which will help you to connect with your customers. Now, what kind of customers will get connected to you? For that, you need to again use the analytics and know who are interested in you. Not all customers will be interested in you. But believe it or not, there's another principles of marketing that says that for every product, there is a customer. And that is the positive thing that you can consider when you are preparing yourself. The only thing is that as a marketer, you have to identify who is your customer. New thing which has come is a search engine marketing now. In search engine marketing, what it does is that you are giving some money at times. Okay. Now, for example, I have a website and somebody wants to know about a product in which I am dealing. So what is the possibility that my website will be shown at the beginning? So that is known as search engine marketing. So for this purpose, I have to do something which is known as search engine optimization. Many a times we need to pay money for it, or sometimes you make your product so much available, or so you try to gain a lot of brand equity for yourself that even Google cannot ignore you. So that is something which you can do. So for this purpose, there are certain tools like Google AdWords is there, Bing is there, Yahoo is there, WordStream is there, Word Tracker is there, BrightEdge is there. How it can be done? It can be done by optimizing the keywords. You have to find out the keywords. There was a business in Bhutan when I was working there, and they wanted to start a tourism company. So they approached me for a name, and the name which I suggested to them was whybhutan.com. Now, what happened was that Why Bhutan was a tourism company, but whenever somebody on Google used to type why Bhutan or what is Bhutan, because of this WH thing which is involved, their site was getting recognized faster. Unfortunately, that company could not sustain longer, but in the initial days, they were able to pick up a lot of attention on the website because they were able to play with these kind of keywords. The new thing is remarketing, and I'm sure that most of you would have faced it. I'll not say suffered it, but most of you must have faced it. Remarketing is that you must have observed that sometimes you are searching about something in a particular site, and then you change your site and you're going to a new browser, and immediately the similar products are popping you there as well. Similar ads are popping you there as well. For example, Make My Trip in India. You search something in Make My Trip, then you go to your Facebook account, open your Facebook, and suddenly you will find that your search history, which was there in Make My Trip, the similar kind of messages it is giving you there. Now, this particular thing is one of the most cost-effective measure because you are targeting those customers who are already interested in this kind of products. So, for example, you type a specific kind of mobile phone brand, and you will change your sites because you have accepted the cookies option there. People will be accessing, people will be seeing your advertisement in the other sites as well. Now, for this one, what happens is it becomes cost effective, number one, which is a big win for the marketers. At the same time, you are able to target your direct customers. So a direct marketing kind of thing is possible. So for this, again, Google AdWords remarketing can be used, ad roles can be used, perfect audience can be used. So if you're interested, you can go through. These are freely available platform which is there. And how we can ignore mobile? Almost all these apps that I'm talking about right now, it can be used through mobile phones. So the only thing which marketers have to do is that they have to make their websites more mobile friendly. It should not be just friendly to the laptop or tablets. It should be more mobile friendly. Because if you don't do it, even Google is going to penalize you. Google will give you lower mobile search rankings. So there are high chances that your website, though it may be having a high visibility in the web world, but through the Google app, the searching option of your website will be low. Okay, so try to have something like a mobile friendly website. Or if you think that your customer base is big, you can even go for a dedicated app, or you can get hosted under a bigger umbrella or bigger apps or meta search engine like Trivago and all. They are meta search engines. So this is mobile, and this is the father of all those things today. We can call it the big gorilla of the digital marketing today, and that is marketing automation. In simple, it is sum total of all those activities which I have just said. It includes analytics, online forms, tracking, what people do, how they do, when they are visiting, what they are seeing, what they are searching, how they are doing things, how you can manage your emails, how you can match your product with the customer requirement. All those things you can do. And there are some platforms to whom you can outsource it as well, like HubSpot is there, Acton is there, Infusionsoft is there. There's a company called Marketo. Adobe also has a sub brand known as Adobe Campaign. Then Oracle has Oracle Eloqua. Then Pardot is there. Exact Target is there. Silverpop is there. So you can use this. You can outsource your products, your process to these things. So these are some of the emerging trends in the arena of marketing, including the academic world today. The future of events will be hybrid. We all are observing now. Now, slowly, when we are moving towards the post-COVID era, slowly from face-to-face method, we turn online, and now from online, we are not going to completely discard the online component. We are trying to become more hybrid. So future of events will be hybrid, so it is easy to connect with the people. Content alignment will be very important now. Marketing companies will have higher stake in the ownership because they will be involved for more selling. Engaging non-profits will become a big part of marketing plan because you always have to go, you don't have to make yourself visible like you are just minting money. You also have to become socially responsible. Artificial intelligence is going to be gaining more importance, and marketers will definitely find more alternatives to the third-party cookies. So our thing should be very clear. That is my final words today, that even if you are working in the domestic market setup, please try to welcome the international competition. We need to welcome international competition. We need to use technology wisely, and we need more social responsibility. So with this, thank you so much. I hope I adhere to the time limit.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much for the key takeaways. They're very contemporary and very much in need, I would say. Especially the sustainability issue with the COP26 that's going on. Marketing in the whole domain of sustainability, so I believe, is a very, very great takeaway from your small yet very informative masterclass. We would have loved to hear you on and go on and on about the different aspects that you just covered. Thank you so much. It was a very informative session. I'm sure all the students and all the faculty members would totally agree that we would definitely be delving into a lot of your key takeaways into future plethoras of research. Most welcome, sir. Moving forward, we'll be starting with the paper presentations for today, which are based on technology usage the theme is Marktech, and we'll be discussing technology usage, marketing in the marketing atmosphere. Before we begin, I would like to introduce our internal session chair, Dr. Shalini Gautam. So a brief introduction, Dr. Shalini is currently working as an associate professor with us at DME. She is also the head of the outreach cell. She's done her PhD in financial behavior and knowledge from Lingias University and her PG DBM from BIMTech. She has done her graduation in BSc Physics honors from Delhi University. Dr. Gautam is a learned faculty with over 20 years of experience in industry and academia. She has worked in the leading banks like HSBC Standard Chartered before shifting to academia in 2011. She has been invited as an expert for the development of test teams items in mental ability and reasoning for the prestigious National Talent Search exams conducted by NCRT New Delhi in 2017. Dr. Gautam is an avid researcher, has around 20 research papers and case studies to her credit. These papers are published in leading Scopus Index journals. She's regular in presenting papers at various conferences across the country. As the outreach cell head, Dr. Shalini is heading out to various schools and curating student enrichment activities as per the specific requirements of the students. So that's quite a brief condensement of Dr. Shalini's feats. There is a lot more, although, but the paucity of time is going to limit my introductions today. So without further delay, we'll be starting with the presentations for today. And to begin with, do we have Dr. Surajit Das with us today? Dr. Surajit Das, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I hope all the external as well as internal chairs have their reward sheets with them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. Mr. Das, would you like to begin?
Yeah, I would like to begin. Just a second. Let me share my screen.
Thank you so much, sir. Sure.
Is there anybody who's noting down the time as well, Shruti ma'am?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, I'll be noting down the time.
Yeah, so before we start, just the rules for the presentation. There will be a 10-minute presentation followed by 5-minute question answer session. So the presenters are requested to please limit their presentation within the time limit. You will be indicated after the 10 minutes are over. Shruti ma'am will be indicating you that your 10 minutes are over. So please wind up by that time. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, myself, Surajit Das, I completed PhD from Bhagavanti University, and presently also I am doing that some supply chain management kind of professional in a private company. So whatever the knowledge I gathered or whatever the things I observed, that technology have a vast opportunity to management the suppliers and all. So for that I prepared that paper that name is A Study to Improve Supplier Management Practice through Technology. So for that, I just a little bit give some introduction about the supplier and what is supplier management. So as we know that supplier is our external part. Without them or without their intervention in an organizations, we cannot accomplish or fulfill our aspiration, as well as that we cannot ensure our future, because overall the customer satisfaction is the main motto of an organization, and supplier are providing our raw materials. As for that or basis on that, we are creating or we are manufacturing our final service or finished products for the end customer. So I think this is the main cog for an others cog of that organization. Maybe they are not directly part of the organizations. So these are the concept of supplier. Basically, it's and next is the supplier management. So supplier management for me, it's a process of strategizing to get the best benefit from that supplier against the investment of time, money, and efforts. So the next is that the objective of this paper is to explore the better way to utilize supplier benefits for an organizations. And next is the build up a robust error-proof relation between supplier and organization, and strengthen supplier relations with an organization through the technology. So the way I have find out basis on my experience and all the things earlier or presently there are human jars of organization are doing manually. So there are so much possibilities to errors or so much possibilities to gap or other things. But through technology, if we do all the things, then we can get the error proof. At the same time, we can manage everything in a view in a few or a very small time. So the process or the way we can manage the suppliers, that's our supplier registration through technology. We can register the supplier through technology. Then is the supplier onboarding process technology at the RFQ software. Next is the reverse e-auctions. Next is the order placement, the supplier through software. Next the contract generations and monitoring through technology for the supplier. Order or contract execution easing through technology, and the material tracking in transit even through can be done for the through the technology. And next the dispatch documents can upload through technology for the smooth operation until the payment releasing. And finally, we can, if we do this all the process through technology in proper way, then we can easily manage the overall performance of that supplier. I'm just elaborating the first step, that is the supplier registration through technology. Earlier, all the organization, or there are so many organizations presently also to register is supplier. They are collecting all the hard copies like the GST certificate, FSSI license, and the bank details, vendor master from everything they are collecting through that. Hello, am I audible?
Sir,
Hello.
I think your screen is not changing the slides. Could you please do that?
Yeah. It's changing now.
Shruti ma'am, is it visible to you? Upinder sir?
Yeah, my screen is visible.
Ma'am, Dr. Shalini, are the slides changing for sir?
No, not for me. Not for me. It
Yeah,
is
that's
still
what.
on the first slide.
Yeah, we're on the introductory slide, sir. Could you just please check your internet connection? Maybe there's an issue with that.
Just a second.
Sure.
It's now visible.
Yes, now
Okay.
we are on this way of supplier management through technology slide.
Correct. So
Yes, it's very much visible.
so what I told you, that there are the few way to supplier management through the technology. These are the step already I demonstrated, that supplier registration we can do through technology. Supplier onboarding process also we can do through technology, and order placement, contract generation, monitoring, and order execution, everything we can do through technology. If we do through technology, then we can easily measure the performance of that supplier. So now I have changed another slide. So is it visible now, or old slide you are seeing? It's visible now. Okay. So next is that.
No, it is not visible. It is still the same way of supplier management. I can't see the next slide.
Something is happening. Yeah. So that first step is that supplier registration through technology. So earlier or present organizations, so many organizations are doing the supplier registration through the hard copy, like they are collecting that GST certificate, banking documents, FSSI license, and other things through courier or through something. And after that, they are just doing the vendor registration manually. After that, keep it in the hard copy. So in this case, we cannot get the document once we want want at any point or any place. So if we do that supplier registration through technology, easily we can get the all document at any point, where at any point. At the same time, we can generate the supplier registration. And there is another benefit we can get, that is that there is the less chances of duplicacy, because that earlier is the same supplier against the same GST, same PAN number, they can generate that their vendor code in that or supplier code in others names also, that was not able to trace. But in this case, once the supplier will try to generate their others vendor code against the same documents like PAN card or GST certificate, it can be traced, or system will not allow us to create a in the name of other vendor code in the same document. So the benefit at a glance, we can get that whatever the document related, so that what is that can the get all the document related to the supplier in any location at any point, and prevent creating another supplier code at in a different name by the same PAN card, GST and others document. This gives us the benefit of duplicacy. Next is the get benefits for the document verification. Easily it can be verified by any department like taxation department, other, no need to send any hard copy through peon and others. And there is a obviously less manpower and the less papers work involved in this, and overall time benefit we are getting. Next is this. Yeah, next is that supplier registration. Okay, after the supplier registration, we can onboard the supplier through the RFQ software. Earlier, or many organizations still do get the quotation through mail even. So this is also uses of technology, but we are now being more smarter and smarter day by day. So if I collect the quotation, or if I send the mail to multiple supplier to collect the quotation, it will use time or not. At a time, we are not getting that quotation from across supplier. And after that, also a huge task we have to do. We have to do the comparison statement against all those quotations, and we have to take the judgment over that. But nowadays, once the supplier code is created in that software through technology, then we can easily align that code, supplier code, in the RFQ software, and such a way like that the particular material supplier are doing or handling in the same material, we can align in our across requirement location as per our requirement. So once we float that RFQ in that software, so easily all the supplier can get the intimation automatically that company or that organization have floated that RFQ for that particular material for that particular location with a specified quantity. So at a time within a particular specific time. So at a time, all the supplier can provide the quotation through their software, and nobody do not have that anticipation what their rivals or other competitor are quoting over there and who have participated over there. That also will be anonymous by them. So after getting that quotation such a way, so auto generated comparison statement we can easily get from the software, and after that we can easily culminate or easily condense that which rate is lowest, and after that also who have taken the delivery time so and so date. Basis on that, we can easily award to the particular supplier or multiple supplier. Maybe our requirement is the 10 tons, then we can also distribute the quantity 5 ton between two suppliers as per the requirement locations. So that benefit at a time we can get. So the earlier or present organization, without help of technology, all the things are doing with a huge time and with a huge calculation they have to do by their backend, and there is the huge chances of that errors or misrepresentation and misplace of the data maybe can happen. So there are things that all.
Dr. Das, your 10 minutes are over. We request you to quickly wrap up the presentation.
Okay, so next slide is, sorry, the next slide is, now it's visible now, my next slide. Yeah, so next slide is that reverse e-auction. We know about the auction, but reverse e-auction is the groundbreaking innovations by the expert. See, in this software through technology, every supplier put their quotation within a particular time, but every person can know that what the lowest quote they have given. Normal auction, we are quoting 10 rupees, someone quoting 11 rupees, but here anybody quote 10 rupees to get the order, and next person can or rivals can quote the 9 rupees per kgs for this to get the order. So for this case, this organization can get a huge benefit, and at a time when the requirement is very high, immediately they can use this tool. Next is that order placement through supplier through software. So if we generate the vendor
So your
code.
PPT has frozen again. We are not able to see the next slides. We are still stuck on supplier onboarding through technology at RFQ software.
No, what happened? Just a second, ma'am.
Sure, not a problem.
Every time I have to do this. Yeah, so that order placement to the supplier through software also. So once the vendor code is generated and the RFQ is awarded, so we can just open that software. No need to put anything. We have to put only vendor code. All the data can be extracted from their data like GST, PAN, dispatch location, vendor address, everything. And from the RFQ reference, everything can be extracted like material code, material details, material quantity we are going to buy, and the RFQ reference, and the lowest quotation can be depicted of there, and we can place the order to that supplier at the same time. So, and at the another things that there is the few terms and condition we can easily save in that software in the like JDIP03, JDIP07. So as like I'm giving one example, see the payment terms of this order is 30 days from the date of delivery, or another payment terms is 20% in advance. So if I select only that JDIP03, then it will come the 30 days from the date of delivery, and another will come another. If we will select, then it will come that advanced portion. So these are the things also we can get the benefit from that order placement through this software. And the next is that material transit in material tracking in transit. So material tracking in transit, we can do that that once the material has been moved from the supplier during the transit, we don't have any control over that vehicle. Sometimes we got some miscommunication, we got some wrong knowledge from the transporter, either driver, we cannot track them the vehicle in the transit. So what we do, so once the driver number and the vehicle number, we can put that software easily, we can track where is the vehicle is in transit. If the vehicle is standing idle at a single point, that also can traceable. And if there is a genuine issue has been emerged with the vehicle, we can also check the material from others option or through stocks transfer, so that production loss is not there. Because for an organization, production loss is a huge loss. Maybe we can buy the material immediate in higher price from other locations. So these are the things we can manage, or where the lead time is or transit time is high, then this is very much effective for all the organizations. And that the same way, and that contract generation and contract monitoring also through the technology. Like once the contract is generated, or that supplier also can same things uploaded in their system, and they can easily calculate their lead time. They are fixing their transportation part and all to deliver the material in proper time, in proper place, with the proper quality, so that production organization has to show that organization can maintain the less inventory for the production. Next is, I'm about to end, just a second. And yeah, finally, once that once the material will be connected at plant or any the production plant, that time also they have to do the GRN smoothly. So for that also one software has been developed nowadays, that is called that Samban portal. So once that material will move from the supplier into that receiving locations, then they can upload that invoice and other documents to that portal. Earlier that there is no option, all the document has to submitted to the driver or transporter, and they are the person who can submit the document to that receiving plant. But in this case, no need to depend on the driver. They can easily upload all those documents to that portal, and receiving plant or receiving location easily get those documents from there. If anything error happen, they can easily reject those, and the supplier can get the same intimation, and they can also upload or re-upload or rectify those documents. So in this case also that overall the technology can helps to from the raw material procurement to finished goods, not finished goods, raw material procurement to that material connectivity at the production locations they can manage. And lastly, lastly that through once the GRN is done, then payment can be done automatically. It's no need to submit that invoice copy or invoice hard copy to that particular payment departments and all. And once GRN is done, means the material has been received successfully. Any quality issue, any short receipt, that can be traceable at the time of GRN. So, and finally, that overall supplier performance we can easily manage from this, because that the earlier or present or so many organizations are doing those things manually. They have to recall those things where that supplier did not follow the schedule to connect the material, where supplier has delivered that wrong material, where the supplier has delivered the material which is not up to the quality, where that supplier asking the payment for the advance and all, where they have committed to take the payment in after delivery. All the thing can be traceable at the end of the year or once in a year when we are entered into the supplier performance appraisal. So these are the things it can be traceable at a time. So overall, from the supplier to that production point, it is the inbound delivery or inbound chain we can send during the supply chain management. We can manage easily through the technology. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Das. That was a quite insightful presentation, and your future inroads to research are quite a lot. I would open the question and answers for the external as well as internal chairs, please.
Dr. Surjit Das.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. My question is about the feasibility. This looks quite intriguing, but have you done some feasibility analysis of this, that how far this is feasible from the cost point of view and from the technique and practices point of view?
Yes, sir. Actually, things are presently we are also using these tools and techniques in my organizations. Also, we are using, and it's very much helpful. Since last 4 years back, what we did, it was too much jumbled kind of things was there. There are so many things has been missed out by us, and after all, and after that also we faced so many issues in audit, and it came to audit violation. But this time, once we practice to start the things through technology. So there are so many cases and so many things we have actually that to mitigate those things. So we are not facing those kind of challenges what we had faced earlier. So these are the things practically we face. So basis on that also actually I present this paper.
So basically this is a case study of your organization, or you have?
Yes, sir. This is the basically you can say the case study kind of my organization. And nowadays that Hindustan Unilever model is all are adopting this technology. Maybe the software different, name is different. Maybe someone that use the Baradi software, someone is the Samban portal, or different implemented by experts. But they are going to adopt those technology to avoid such kind of challenges, as well as or to avoid that audit violation.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Das. Thank you for this presentation. I would like to ask you, like, you have make it as a form of case study, studying your organization and all. But have you done any literature review also on this, that how this technology is being used in other organizations, or how is it being used in the other parts of the globe?
Especially, I don't have any official record for that. As you told, that literature review I did, maybe what the name I have taken also. I have a little bit did the literature review through the Google. See, if you check through the Google also, what are the process ultimately for followed by the that Marico, Hindustan Unilever, Mondelez, and others gigantic organizations. They are also following that things through the Google, through the study. I have just followed this. I did not collect any feedback physically from there, but whatever the things especially we also implement those things later than them. They have already implemented such kind of things.
But sir, otherwise, have you checked with your peer companies and all also regarding the same? Regarding the same technologies that has been done?
Yeah, that has been done. They are using the same technology, maybe in other format, but main goal, main motto are the same.
Okay, right. Thank you, Dr. Das.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Das. You may stop sharing your screen now. Requesting the chairs to mark, please, as we go. The next presenter for today, Miss Neha Parashar. Are you present, Neha ma'am? Requesting Miss Neha Parashar, if you're present, kindly revert to us.
Ma'am, just a minute. Ma'am, Neha is not with a full name. There's only one Neha. So should I make her the co-host? Because I could find only one Neha. I'm just making her co-host. If she is the one, she can unmute herself.
Sure, ma'am, we can check.
So we just have one Neha here. So you can call out her name again, please.
Miss Neha Parashar, you are to present your paper. Are you present with us? Or we could come back to Miss Neha later then. Let's move forward. Dr. Priyanka Malik, if you're present, we would like you to present us with your paper.
Yeah, I'm present here. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Over to you. Kindly share your screen and...
yeah, give me a moment, please.
Sure, ma'am, sure.
Can you all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So good afternoon, one and all, and myself, Dr. Priyanka Malik. I'm a faculty in Amity University, and my co-author is Dr. Shalini Gautam. And we are going to present the paper on impact of IoTs on customer purchase intention. Now, when I'm talking about IoT, the question comes that what exactly is the IoT? See, as we know that without internet, nowadays, we cannot do anything. And this is the most, important inventions which has been done by the human being. It is spreading the knowledge and facilitating the global communication. Because of the internet only, we are able to conduct the conference like this. So I think this is the most important invention which has been done, right? So internet is currently everywhere in almost everything. As I've told you that if we are sharing the PPTs, we are able to, talk like that, and people are combining, and they are coming together for a conference, maybe from different countries or maybe from different universities. We are sending the emails, and that's how internet is working. Now, the latest terminologies which has come here, that is your Internet of Things. Now, what exactly is the Internet of Things? So till now, we were able to communicate with the different devices, but now the devices are able to communicate with each other, right? So because of the IoT nowadays, you must be hearing so many things that, smart houses, smart city. So the what is happening there, the people, all the devices and the people, all the machines, they are able to communicate with each other, right? And everyone have the unique identity, and they are able to transfer the data from one device to another device. And that is how actually IoT is working. So we try to find out the impact of functional and emotional experience of customers' intent to buy for the IoT. To find out the role of intelligence, interactivity, privacy, and social interaction on functional and emotional experience. Now, these are the hypotheses which has been developed by us. First is intelligence will have a positive effect on emotional experience. Interactivity will have a positive effect on emotional experience, and all the the similar kind of hypothesis we have developed for the functional experience as well. Privacy will have a positive effect on emotional and functional experience. Social interaction will have a positive effect on emotional and functional experience, and so on. Now, this is the research model which has been developed by us. So first of all, intelligence. See, as we know, we are talking about nowadays IoT. So as I've told you that because the devices are so intelligent that they are able to communicate with each other. For example, this intelligence, the concept of intelligence was in the human being, and now these technologies are replacing human beings. Or this intelligence, is the replica of the machines, of the human being in the machines. So this is the same thing which we have done, that all our devices are smart enough to communicate with other devices. So I should know, for example, if my smartphone is telling my refrigerator, yes, this particular, the temperature of the fridge is, the environment is this, so we can accordingly, the refrigerator temperature can be increased or decreased. In the similar manner, we can actually, that our smartphone can communicate with our AC. So this kind of intelligence is taking place in the devices. And we wanted to find out the relationship between intelligence and emotional experience and functional experience. In the similar manner, interactivity, already explained you that the communication between the various devices. Privacy, this is a very important concept, because when all the devices are communicating with each other and we are transferring the data from one device to another device, the privacy is a very big concern in today's scenario. Because if any one of us, and any of the hacker, third party, will hack our information, we can be in trouble. So the privacy is also very important, that our data, our devices, that they should be secured enough, and our information should be, that secured, so that nobody else can enter into our environment. Next is social interaction. What is the environment? How people are interacting, how people are accepting the new technology. So this all will come in the social interaction. Now, when I'm talking about emotional experience, so whenever we are purchasing any of the device or any of the product, so we are emotionally connected with that. Like, for example, if I'm purchasing, I'll just take two examples. So let's say if I'm purchasing a very, one very small item, maybe the items, grocery items. So I may not be emotionally attached with that. But let's say if I'm purchasing a diamond ring, so I'll be highly connected with that product, because the amount is also connected. In the similar manner, when we are purchasing the IoT products, because they are expensive enough, so definitely we'll be connected emotionally. We will be connected, we will be endorsed in that too much. When I'm talking about the functional experience, so functional experience is basically how the product is functioning. For example, what is the waiting time, what is the response time of the product, right? So they all comes under this functional experience. And these two, how these two experience are related to the purchase intention, that's what actually we have tried to find out. So in this, we have done the we have used the exploratory technique, because very few studies have been done in this particular topic. The sample distribution, majority of the respondents were from the age group of 21 to 25 and 26 to 30 years. So almost 77% of the respondents from whom we have taken the sample, they were the students. Convenience sampling has been taken place and we have collected the data of 270 students. Our questionnaire was consisting 25 questions, including demographic factors like age, occupation, education. And apart from that, we had statements like intelligence, interactivity, privacy, social interaction. Related to all these factors, we have asked the questions from the respondents. If I talk about the reliability test, so these are the Cronbach alpha. So basically it was, you can see that all our factors and all our data is highly reliable. So it means every factor was, means our data was correct. We have, done the regression analysis, and through this we can find out that all the, we can see the significance level here. And we can see that all our hypothesis has been accepted except the intelligence relation to with the functional experience. Means intelligence is not very highly related with the functional experience. Now I come to the conclusion. So the study shows that there is one factor that is not significantly associated with our functional experience of the customer to use IoT. The factor is intelligence. I've already explained you with our results. But other constructs like interactivity, intelligence, privacy, they all are significantly associated with emotional experience and the functional experience. But when we have seen the effects of on the intention to buy, so we have seen that emotional experience has a greater influence on the purchase intention than the functional experience. So this basically we have found out. Apart from that, this particular study has played a very important role in understanding the intention of the consumer to purchase the IoT product. So we all know that many government, many organizations, they are shifting towards the complex technology, and they are trying to create more and more smart technologies. So in this kind of technology, first of all, every organization need to understand, and it is very important for them to understand that what are the major factors which are impacting the consumer to purchase such kind of technology. Next is, if we will understand all these factors, so it will have a great impact, and we will attract more and more consumer, because it is very important for us to understand that what are the major factors which are impacting us or which are significantly associated with us. So if the organization will think and they will develop the product in this, keeping all these factors in the mind, then definitely they more and more customers will purchase their product. These are the limitations and future scope which we have done. The first of all, because we have collected the sample from the urban areas only and from the age of 20 to 30 years. So that's what we have seen. But we can see that what other factors or maybe the other areas of the country, what they think about it, whether they want to purchase these kind of products, whether they are inclined to purchase these kind of products or not. So we can see in the future. The study basically has taken the consideration into the basic model to understand the purchase intention regarding the IoT. So apart from that, we can, in future, we can have more factors like performance, convenience, graphics, right? So these are the various factors which we can consider for the future studies. These are the references which we have taken. There were actually more, but I could not adjust more. So that's it from my side. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Dr. Malik. Your presentation was indeed very informative. Indeed, internet has become like democracy. We don't realize we are living through it and interacting with it every day. Over to the session chairs, please, for the question and answers.
Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation, Dr. Malik. I have just two questions. The first one is, since you have used this exploratory research, did you run the validity analysis on this also? Because reliability you have run, and the Cronbach alpha values are more than acceptable. But did you run the validity also?
No, I'm so sorry. I could not because of the repository of time. So we could not do that. But yes, in future, I'll take care of these things.
And second thing is that you have proposed a model, but I did not see whether you were able to achieve the model fit or not. Is there anything where the model is fit or not?
Yeah, the model has been fit.
Is it a good fit?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the application of this one? Are the data generalizable?
Is the data, I'm so sorry, I did not understand your question.
Is your data generalizable? Means you can generalize it with other contexts, or it is just
Mr. Khan, as I've told you that we have only conducted the study on students because, these are the youngsters and they are the one who actually, use the more, this upcoming technologies. So we have to see, and I have kept it in my future study that because our age was limited. So I think we should go for the more age groups, and then we can see that whether we can generalize it or not. So I have already put that in my limitations and future scope.
That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Khan.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Priyanka. Sir, I will not be asking questions because I am the co-author. So, but yes, I am taking your feedback positively because we are planning to publish this paper as well. So,
yes,
we will probably do the validity check before we plan it for the publication.
Definitely, definitely. And your feedback is very valuable to us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'll just take this opportunity of sharing one small observation which I have done recently. We conducted a research recently here in Oman on online teaching. And we found that now age is no longer a factor. Age has means there was insignificant results, the way the younger lots are behaving and the way the older lots are behaving. Because after COVID-19, the acceptance of technology has become higher among even among the elder lots also. So that could be something which you can take up for your future researches. Otherwise, your research is very good. Congratulations for this.
But sir, I have one question. I just want to say one thing. But still, if we, when we are talking about any kind of online, these kind of complex technologies, still in our age group, we think twice, thrice. And but this young generation, they do not think about all these things. And I can take the example of cryptocurrency. I think they are the most risk taker as compared to us. So
definitely.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you so very much for your feedback.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Indeed, ma'am, in the defense of all youngsters, we are blank canvases. So, of course, we are risk takers, and we do enjoy the frivolity of spending our parents' money. Anyways, all right. So, moving forward, I'd request Miss Megha Sharma, if you are present, kindly. Miss Megha Sharma and the other co-authors are Miss Prachi Sahai, Professor VK Singh, Dr. Naman Sharma. If any one of you are present, we request.
Ma'am, I've searched for all of them in the meeting. None of them is present.
Okay, okay. So since all of them are not present, next Miss Charu Sukhija, if you're present. Miss Charu Sukhija. Miss Charu, are you present?
She is present, and Charu, you please kindly unmute yourself now. You are co-host now. You can unmute yourself.
visible, ma'am?
Ms. Charu, are you there? We're
Yes,
not able to see you.
Am I audible, ma'am?
You're audible, Charu, but you're not visible. Yeah. We can see your screen though. Do you need a few minutes to set up, Charu?
Am I visible now, ma'am? Am I visible?
Ma'am, I think we can take somebody else's for the in the meanwhile.
Okay, sure, ma'am, not a problem. Charu, you can take this time to please set up. Okay, so the next presentation is by me, myself, and I'll just share the screen. Right. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I have done a small assessment of destination brand building through on-screen media since the fame of Amazon Prime and Netflix and Hotstar and all has literally gripped everyone during the pandemic, and now we are all hung up on it. We don't let our web series walk away from us. Firms like Zomato and others are giving their employees special leaves to finish off the series. And I mean, so yeah, we're living through that age where we are looking at brand destination branding, destination brand development. Personally, since my PhD thesis is on destination brand development, and I'm doing it from Center for Management Studies, Jamia Millia, under the guidance of Professor Kavita Chauhan. This was a very new topic for me to understand that when I'm looking at web series, when I'm looking at any particular show, the particular destination being showcased on the series caught my attention. It caught my eye. I had a recall echo of that destination. I had takeaways from the destination that kept coming to my mind, that may or may not have contributed to the brand development of such a destination. Now, when we talk about Mirzapur, that series was launched much after I decided to conduct the study. This series itself is named after a town in India, and the notorious climate of political climate of that particular region that's been shown in the web series, that has a lasting image, I believe, on people's in people's minds. That does in a way contribute to destination brand building, but let's restrict our study here to Sacred Games that gained popularity as soon as it was launched in 2018. Moving into introduction of the whole concept, a day and age characterized by a constant demand for information to render a purchase decision has been acknowledged in service-based industries like tourism. The school of thought has been our guiding light to arrive at our topic of research through insight gathering from studies conducted all over the world in the realm of destination brand building. We did focus on Warner Brothers Studios that are there. People especially go there for looking at the Harry Potter sets and everything. The factors that influence in a destination's branding and how marketers have been using on-screen destination images as cash cows to augment the tourist industry of their countries. The same is the case with Game of Thrones. A lot of Ireland has been showcased on Game of Thrones, and it has gained a lot of tourist influx post the showcase of those particular venues. On-screen image representation has shown to influence a destination's brand development, as it is the most direct form of native cultural representation of a place. We've chosen to study the next Netflix web series launched in 2018 called Sacred Games, that has featured its characters and plots all entangled in culture, festivals, lifestyles, language, and symbols that are nascent to the building brand image of the city in the picture. The background of the study stemmed out from previous researches conducted on destination branding that suggest meaningful correlation between on-screen media and its impact on destinations brand awareness among viewers. How much of the showcased city am I able to understand, to view, to analyze, and to reiterate to someone? Like, okay, I have seen this particular state or city or country, and this is my takeaway. I feel that through this series, that is the portrayal of the place, and this is what I feel is the place going to be like. Famous series like Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings have helped convert many respective fans into potential tourists. Like Lord of the Rings, the Journey to the End of the Earth, New Zealand has been showcased in that series, and I think it's a trilogy, the movie trilogy, and people have flocked to New Zealand specifically to take selfies in that particular spot. I mean, that is a frenzy now. So why Sacred Games? It's a web series nascent to India. It's widely popular among population that inherently makes purchase decisions based on online opinions. A lot of my friends were asking me, have you seen this web series? Have you seen Breaking Bad? Have you seen, these newer web series that are coming? I'm so sorry, I'm not updated on that. But I mean, we are asked these questions, and that does have a lot. The peer impact has a lot of pressure on us to go down and watch these web series or these movies that are coming online that we can stream sitting at home, especially during the lockdown. So this show was also focusing one city in a multi-dimensional manner. There was, I don't know if our audience is well versed with this web series, but they have showcased the city of Mumbai, and they've showcased the festivals, the languages, the food, the people, the behavior, almost everything. Easy viewership through Netflix as a cross-country multimedia giant. Again, we've chosen this series because it's streaming on Netflix, which is abundantly, people are abundantly aware of it. It's almost in everyone's cell phones now these days. The research questions that we try to address through our research are that what is the profile of online or web series media viewership in India, and how much of the showcase city can these viewers recall based on the variables like local culture, ethnicity, infrastructure and safety, languages, food and festivals celebrated. So basically what we're trying to do, or what we tried to did with this study, was how much of the destination or the city showcased on a web series is a viewer able to recall, and what impact did the variables that were showcased on this web series or any advertisement or anything on screen media, how much of an impact those variables had on the destination brand building concept of that particular destination. So the variables that we looked at through our study were demographic variables, usage of on-screen media, how frequently or for how long a person is using, awareness of the series, awareness of the city showcased in the series, socio-cultural variables of the city, infrastructure that is showcased in the city, safety and security, and affordability of services as well as tangibles that are present in the city, available to the tourists. Research methods, again, there was a new research method that was widely popular among the literature review that we uncovered. It was called the netnography. Netnography was a new concept. I had to rummage through the Facebook webpage of the official Facebook webpage of the web series that was launched, and I had to go through the comment section to understand how people were reacting to it. Now that gave me a very polar approach as to what people are expecting, how much of the series surpassed their expectation and specifically in terms of the city being showcased, the characters being showcased, the nativity of the characters, whether if I speak to someone from Mumbai, now so if I'm from Delhi, if I speak to someone from Mumbai, I'll instantaneously get to know, okay, you're not from Delhi for sure, and you are from Mumbai because of the way you're speaking. How much of that are the characters reflecting? So we built a comprehensive research method framework. This was parallel to the nethnography. Nethnography was a part of the study. This was a comprehensive, research survey that we had conducted, covering all the variables I previously discussed. So we tried to analyze how strong is the recall echo of the city characteristics that led to its branding by engulfing the respondent in multidimensional questions about the city. Nethnography, again, I'll just take a very quick brief. Nethnography is an online research method originating in ethnography, which is applied to understanding social interaction in contemporary digital communications context. The other part of the study, as I suggested, was nethnography from Facebook web series of the page, web page of the series. We studied the reviews of a profile of 174 viewers, starting from the release of the series, that is 6th of July 2018 up to 17th October 2018, and found out that nearly only 30 respondents mentioned traits of the city like language, food, culture, politics, local life, and festivals that were showcased in the cities. So the recall echo of city characteristics was quite less compared to other things that people enjoyed in the series. So this is just a glimpse of the Facebook page, and like this is a snapshot of what nethnography looked like. Like I studied this comment of this person called Jim McKinsey, and the way they are trying to decipher what they like more about this series. Findings from our study, nearly 76 respondents rated that the showcasing of culture and ethnicity of the city via the series was high or extremely high. This was from the survey that we conducted. More than 60% said they were sensitized to the local lifestyle and through the show. So they were able to understand what the local lifestyle of Mumbaikars was after watching Sacred Games, because it is showcased during the 70s, the first season I'm talking about. Exceeding 60% respondents said that their favorite character helped them build an image of the city. How do you go around about the city? What do you eat when you're there? All of that was covered there. Nearly 70% of the respondents agreed that the city is an affordable travel option in terms of food, travel, and stay. This is a very, very strong variable I've unearthed in my PhD thesis as well, that value for money is quite an important variable for local travelers. Conclusions to the study. Our comprehensive study has helped us gather insights and come to the following conclusions with respect to data set and reference tools. Demographic segment based on age, that is 18 to 30 years, can be exploited to harness online destination brand building through multimedia use. On-screen socio-cultural variables greatly affect the destination's brand building. Web series fans can be converted to potential tourists as the familiarity of the destination showcased is increased. Branding and rebranding initiatives can be taken with the help of on-screen media. So yeah, I'd like to emphasize on the fact that by showcasing a particular destination, a particular city through an on-screen media, we can start the brand building process of any particular destination, and that would ultimately, the conversion or the resonance, brand pyramid resonance would be in terms of the tourist influx that would be witnessed by that particular city or state. That's the list of references. There were more, again, I could not fit them in. And that's it from my side. I'd like the chair or external as well as internal chair to please go ahead and ask me questions regarding the same.
Thank you so much, Ms. Shruti, for this presentation and abreasting us with the new concept of nethnography. I have heard about this concept earlier, but the way you have presented the concept has become more clearer to me. So thank you for appraising me about this. I wanted to ask you two things. You can get the time frame that you mentioned in your study was in 2018, and you're presenting in 2021.
Yes, sir.
So what happened in between that it took you so long time, and how long you feel that your study or your time frame of 2018 is still valid?
Sir, the time frame, survey was conducted recently. The netnography, since I had to visit the Facebook page, I had to scroll down to find the relevant, basically it was, I had to rummage through the page to find the relevant responses or relevant comments of the people or of the fans. Those were dated back to 2018 after the release of the series.
Did you use any tools to analyze this data, or you just summarize everything through some sort of...
Right now, sir, I have not used a tool, but I'm planning to develop hypothesis, and I'm digging my paws on PLSM. I'm quite new to it. So I'm trying to hypothesize a few statements and come to quantifiable, outcomes from the study.
So from where did you adopt this statement that you use in your survey? Was it taken from some literature source, or you created it from your side?
Which statement, sir?
The statement for your survey.
The survey?
Yes.
So we created the survey. My supervisor, PhD supervisor, and I, we both sat down and we made up a questionnaire covering the various variables. And yes, sir.
So it was taken from some literatures, or you created it from your side?
Yeah, sir. So a few questions, most of the questions, about 70% of the questions were taken from different literature sources. About 30% of the variables, since we had to specifically ask about Mumbai, so we had to include some from our side, but mostly these questions that we had included were from various literature sources. Like I mentioned, there were literary sources about Warner Brothers Studios, the Lord of the Rings tourist influx in New Zealand, as well as the Game of Thrones travel frenzy around in Ireland. So those were the three main studies that helped us understand what questions we should ask our respondents.
And who were your respondents? The students?
So we administered the survey online, as in through social media, WhatsApp. We created a Google form and we collected data through a Google form.
So can I say it was a purposive sampling?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Most welcome, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Shruti. That was indeed a wonderful presentation. I just have two questions. One is that lithography that you have used, the tools that you have used. So which social media platform have you used for extracting the messages and all?
Right, ma'am. So this is a limitation to my study. I have only used Facebook page. There are more pages. I am sure Twitter has a page. I'm sure Instagram has a page. And another major limitation is that I am myself not on Facebook. So I had to use someone else's account to access that information, had them follow the page and then access the information. But of course, yes, ma'am, there are a lot of information sources. There's no dearth of that. That is a limitation in my study, that I have restricted my netnography to only 174 reviews and only through one social media platform.
Yeah, and one another question is that, this series was based out of Mumbai. Yeah. So, right. So Mumbai has a different aura altogether, right? So do you think that the results would have been different if you have taken a place like, say, Mirzapur, which you have mentioned in your intro earlier, right? So probably the results would have been different, or the results would have been the same, because Mumbai actually needs no introduction across the globe. Right. Right? Of course. So do you think the results could have been biased in favor of Mumbai or whatever?
Ma'am, I have not really analyzed that in that light. Of course, I personally, as a researcher, I think that Mumbai is not new. Of course, in India, it is one of the major metropolitans. It's the financial capital of our country. No, it's not new to people. So I am just getting re-excited, or it's just coming as a re-advertisement in my mind that, okay, this is the history of the place. This is where all of these things happened in the 70s, which is showcased on the show. That's what I'm referring to. But yes, if you're talking about upcoming series like Mirzapur is a very small town in UP, and I personally did not know it existed. And after I saw the web series and I googled the facts about the place, then yes, I agree that of course it is a very notorious place, and I would definitely try to be very safe when I travel there. So of course that image has processed in my mind that I am not traveling there alone, of course. But as a fan, am I such a big fan that I want to travel to Mirzapur? Now that fact and that statement and my thought process as a person who's very fond of traveling and who is an avid researcher, I would say, it can be utilized by the tourism Ministry of Tourism, I think. I mean, these are my suggestions to them, and I'm going to include them in my thesis, that this is very important. Include it when you're going in for an umbrella campaigning like in Incredible India. We've put Incredible India ke andar, we've put Madhya Pradesh, we put Gujarat. We have to micro focus on the cities. Like Rishikesh is declared as the yoga capital of the world. What are we doing about it? We just declared it one fine year and we're happy about it. We're not reminding people that, you know, this is there. You should go and visit there. Now, maybe if some web series comes out about Rishikesh, people will flock there, especially people like youngsters like us. We will want to go and do rafting there, and we'll want to go to the yoga ashrams also. So this is creating a frenzy, it is creating an impact, and this can be harnessed in a very positive manner, I feel. Like, I mean, through this study, I mean, we were able to understand that how much people have started to talk about a city, more leave visiting. Talking about the city is also creating awareness. So the whole cognition part of the brand pyramid is taken care of just by the virtue of a web series. So it's quite something. It's a takeaway, I think.
Thank you, Shruti. Thank you.
Okay, so since I'm hosting the event today, I would ask Ms. Charu if you're there and you're ready with your presentation. May we have you now?
Yes, ma'am. Am I visible now, ma'am?
Charu, we are not able to see you. Sorry.
Maybe the internet connectivity is there, ma'am. Charuk, you can share the screen.
Just start with your PPT, Charu. We'll probably have you visible in the question and answer round, maybe. Yeah, we can see your screen.
Good afternoon, everyone present here. I'm Charu Sukhicha, student of DME Management School from BBA department, going to present today on the topic of Marktech entrepreneurship and startup case studies. And my author is Dr. Shalini Gautam ma'am. These are the contents of my presentations: introduction, objectives, literature review, research methodology, and the conclusion. Marktech is a combination of the words marketing and technology. It refers to the use of Marktech tools and technologies by marketers to gather information, design campaigns, and execute them. An important goal of Marktech is to help marketers finding and nurture customers, personalize customer interaction, and measure the effectiveness of campaigns. Marktech offers various benefits such as automating processes and saving marketers time and making it possible to manage a multitude of marketing channels with ease. The literature review: a technology startup is a business that focuses on bringing new technology products or services to the market. These businesses create new technology products or services or repurpose existing technology products and services. The failure of a business or a success of a company is determined by a variety of factors. One of the factors is financing. Financing has been identified a key determinant in most startup success. According to a survey, nearly 80% of the marketers expect their companies to invest more in tools and technology in the next years. With Marktech spending expected to surge, we wanted to see if Indian marketing technology companies are able to meet the demand. The greater problem for business attempting to meet demand is ensuring that customers stay with them for at least 3 years. Marketers searching for marketing technology solutions can offer them with consolidated view of their digital activations as ROI remains top goal. Almost 62% of marketers want a single platform to track all of their digital activations. We wanted to look at marketing technology business in India that cater to both Indian and global needs when we look at the marketing environment. Here we have businesses that began operations in India but now serve the global clientele. The first one is LeadSkirt. LeadSkirt is a marketing automation and sales execution platform that helps companies close more deals, manage their pipelines, and precisely attributes marketing activities and products, etc. Hundreds of users, millions of leads, and thousands of activities can all be handled by this platform. Another, we have WebEngage. For consumer businesses, WebEngage is a full stack marketing automation and customer data platform. Clients may use the platform to better retain their users and generate more reviews. The objective of this research were defined as the value and influence of Marktech on the competitive establishment of startup companies. It also concluded that Marktech is recognized as a creative and efficient way of obtaining and sustaining and establishing the customer relationships. Finally, a specific prescription that can help us to guide the future theoretical and practical endeavors in innovative technology entrepreneurship is also provides accordingly. Research methodology. The purpose of the study is to find out how startup companies use Marktech for implementing their business and how it is impacting the consumer purchase. This research uses existing data regarding the subject of Marktech entrepreneurship. The research is done by using secondary data from journals and web search to develop theory. The research highlights the changing trends of business using Marktech and how it helps in attracting consumers to the changing dynamics of marketing. Conclusion. The purpose of his research was to look into the critical role of technology entrepreneurship in the fast-paced, high-tech revolutionary industry as expected offer a slew of benefits and opportunity for economic growth. Technological startups play a critical role in driving the increased sales and economic profits. The fact that technology companies which are constantly stressed to increase their competitiveness provide high quality jobs is significant in this regard. As a result, improved innovation in performance is extremely positive and it requires strong policy and support from governments and institutions. Furthermore, faster than ever technical advances continue to create new values. Fortunately, the quality of work is improving as a result of this process. Thank you.
Requesting the session chairs to kindly have the question and answers.
Miss Charu Sukhija, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yet another good presentation. I want to ask you, how you conducted this whole study? Who were your respondents?
So this is the secondary data I have used.
So did you adopt some tools for conducting the secondary database analysis?
Sorry, sir.
Did you adopt some tools for doing it, or what particular tool did you use in this one? What kind of analysis you did? Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So did you use any sort of analytical technique into it, or any tools into it?
No, sir.
What was the source of the literature that you have referred to?
Sir, I have used journals and other articles.
So from which source did you got these journals? Means from Google Scholar or simple Google or from Scopus database?
Yes,
Web
from
of Science?
Google.
Google or Google Scholar?
From Google.
Okay. So can you suggest me, means what is the novelty in your research? How you feel that your research is novel?
I think, sir, Charu is a little foggy since she's an undergrad student and this is her first attempt. Charu, is it so? Is it your first attempt at a research paper?
Yes, it is.
No,
So
a little blurred. It's absolutely fine. Please take sir's feedback, whatever he has to let you know, and do incorporate those, suggestions in your future research as well.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Actually, there are some techniques for the newcomers. If you have the access, the first thing is that don't go for Google, go for Google Scholar. That's the easiest way to access this one. Otherwise, if your institution has access to Scopus or Web of Science database, then these days for secondary data, we have something known as bibliometric analysis. So if your institution has this kind of subscription, then you can always go for bibliometric analysis. Even if you don't know the tools of bibliometric analysis, at least you'll be able to get the idea that what kind of prominent researchers are there in this particular field. And it really helps, especially in the exploratory researchers. So thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
thank you, sir. Thank you for your input. I think we should make it mandatory because these students are going to do their dissertation projects in semester 6. This is the final year student, Charu Sukhija, who is in semester 5. So semester 6, before they do the dissertation, probably we can do a workshop at least on bibliometric analysis and all, which these students should be doing to make some meaningful report. Yes. So point.
And I'm sure in India, UGC must have given some sort of databases.
Sir, not to the students. Not to
I
the
believe Shodh Ganga is there. Which
Yes, sir.
Shodh Ganga is free of cost. Yes, it is there.
So that could be done. And otherwise, IIT Kharagpur also has a e-library which can be used.
Yeah,
Yes.
I read that there was some WhatsApp forward actually which spoke about IIT Kharagpur. I don't know the the veracity, but yes, I saw that message on one of my WhatsApp groups. But I myself I didn't check. But yes, Shodh Ganga is definitely there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Moving on to the next presentation. Thank you for your input, sir. I'm sure all the students have noted down sir's important observations, and please do take care of that when you are writing your reports. Moving on to the next presentation and the last presentation, it's going to be in absentia. The authors are Ms. Khushi Bora and Ms. Pooja Tripathi, and the presentation would be presented by Ms. Soumya Bhama, who is another student of BBA second year. Soumya, are you present here? Ms. Soumya, may we have you if you're present here?
Ma'am, I don't see Soumya here. I think she was here. I think maybe she got disconnected.
Oh, ma'am, she is in the list of participants, Soumya Bhama.
Okay, okay. Soumya, are you able to hear us?
Actually, I'm not able to locate her. I'm just trying to search her name, but
Ma'am, she's there. SOUMYA. Yeah, she's there.
yes,
Are you
but
able to unmute yourself, Soumya?
no, she will not be able to because I have not made her post, but I'm trying to locate her name, but I'm not able to.
SOUMYA.
SOU. Okay. I was writing yeah, it's done. Just a minute. Little technical issue with my system. It is giving a little problem. Just give me a second.
No, I think she's. I've unmuted her, ma'am. Soumya,
No, ma'am, she would not be able to because I am finding little issue in making her co-host. Just give me a second, please. Now she is co-host. Now she can unmute herself. Soumya, you're co-host now.
Okay, ma'am. Am I audible now?
Yes, Soumya, you're audible, visible. Please go on, start with your presentation.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. A very good afternoon to one and all. My name is Soumya Bhama. I'm from BBA second semester. And today's topic is a study on digital marketing and its impact on consumers' purchase. The objectives are to develop an insight into digital marketing and to explore digital consumer purchase behavior and to highlight the changing trends in consumer purchase behavior with the changing dynamics of marketing and to identify scope in future research. The literature review is with the advancements in technology, more and more people are continuing to shift into digital space. Customers are getting too comfortable adapting to this shift from traditional to online. Number of internet users is expected to reach 800 million by the end of 2021. Consumers love to research. Enlightened and empowered consumers find it convenient to research and compare online. Digital word of mouth, customer reviews, influencers, endorsements, ratings, etc. are trusted before making purchase decision. Consumers don't hesitate to experiment. Consumers are willing to accept new brands and their offerings. They feel free to switch brands due to availability of lot of options. Low tolerance level. Consumers do not accept compromising and settling for less. They are impatient and want quick responses. I'm sorry. Next is research methodology. This research is an exploratory study on digital marketing and changing dynamics of consumer purchase. The research is a literature survey of 30 papers selected from recognized journals. Keywords used to search were digitalization, consumer behavior, digital marketing, purchase decision. The research highlights the changing trends in consumer purchase behavior with the changing dynamics of marketing. The following were the findings of the study, which tells us how digital marketing impacts consumer. Number one is social media advertising. User attention span is reducing, making it harder to engage users. This is due to a lot of apps and content. Next is search engine optimization. Consumers look out for products online. With right awareness, consumers can find the brands if they are relevant to their search queries. Number three, e-stores and multi-marketing. Consumers are demanding online stores to have a strong online presence, safe payment methods, fast delivery, efficient return, or exchange policy. It's important for brands to be relevant to customers' online buying journey, along with multi-channel presence. Number four, personalized UX. Profiling users has gotten so advanced that advertisers can laser target their audiences for a more personalized experience. Consumers are likely to buy from brands that they are familiar with. Recommendation. Following studies are recommended in future. A study on findings, way to enhance consumers' online engagement. A study on consumer evangelism on digital platform. A study on impact of security on consumers' brand preference. A study on digital consumer typology. In conclusion, the transition of marketing from traditional to digital space has transformed marketing dynamics and has explored new possibilities and opportunities. With the shift of marketing techniques from traditional to digital, consumer decision making has also changed beyond recognition. Digitalization has created a platform for brands to tell their story and for consumers to address their demands or needs. Consumer behavior is much more streamlined today, and the business model is also briefer compared to the earlier ones. Brands should know the power of word of mouth. The fact that consumers make purchasing decisions based on their research, do not hesitate to experiment, and consumers are less patient and have a low tolerance level. Digital marketing is still evolving, and those who hesitate to adapt to these changes and fail to understand the changing consumer will quickly lose out to the competition. Thank you.
Thank you, Soumya. So since it was an in absentia presentation, the authors aren't there. Soumya was merely presenting. So I believe there won't be any question and answer since Soumya won't be able to answer any questions regarding the PPT. But yeah, a few insights, good insights have been shared by the authors. And the end of this presentation brings us to the end of today's session, which was full of different great insights, great future inroads to research, and of course, the relevancy of the topic. So I thank I thank all of you to join us today, to have bore us with your patience, and of course, a small token of gratitude from DME for Mr. Khan. Just a second, I'm trying to, yeah. So, Dr. Shahid Ahmed Khan, this is a small token of gratitude from our side to you. Thank you, sir, for gracing us with your presence and your observations and your suggestions to the young researchers like us. It will be of great and profound use. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for being with us.
I'm humble. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure and honor for me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
With the conclusion of today's session, I would request the Zoom team to kindly put in the attendance link in the chat box. If you've already done it, I would request all the students to kindly copy the link in your respective systems, and we'd be closing the meeting now. Again, my hearty gratitude to all of you to be present here, and very keen and patient listeners, and of course all the beautiful brainstorming we've done today. Thank you to the external chair as well as the internal chair, Dr. Gautam. That's it for today. That's it from my side. We'll be closing the session soon. Over to you, Seema ma'am.
My piece of gratitude for sir that he took out his valuable time from a very hectic schedule. Thank you so much for gracing our occasion and helping us out as ever. Thanks.
It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for bearing with me, actually.
No, not at all. I think we also share a common alma mater. I've done my PhD from AMU.
Oh,
so yeah.
Just one more information.
Yes.
My place is close to Mirzapur, 20 kilometers away from Mirzapur, and Mirzapur is not the one which has been shown in the TV, means in the web series.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, sir, that these web series have a lot of impact on people's minds. I mean, it's just...
in Eastern UP, there are probably two most peaceful districts. One is Sant Ravidas Nagar Bhadoi, and another one is Mirzapur. They are considered to be the most peaceful districts.
Right. Is it, sir, the carpet capital of UP also?
Carpet capital of UP is Bhadoi, the place where I belong to.
Oh, great, sir.
And Mirzapur is known for daris, the ruggeds.
Okay.
Daris. There's another place which is close to Mirzapur that is known as Chunar, which you must have seen in Chandrakanta in past.
Yes.
Chunargarh, Naugarh, Chunargarh. So,
Chandrakanta, I have witnessed to. I think Shruti must not have been. So I just. I have one more request to you, sir. In that case, whenever you are visiting your hometown, please do visit us also. We are not very far.
I'll try my best.
Yeah, sir. Absolutely.
I'll try my best. It's been 2 years I've been to India now because of COVID. Let's see.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
We'll try my best. Thank you so much for having me here. And once you get time, please convey my regards to Justice Bhavar Singh ji. I saw Bhupinder Singh ji, who was very accommodative last time to me. I don't know whether he remembers me or not, but he was guiding me last time with the Zoom and all these things. I still remember him. So if you convey my message to Justice Bhavar Singh, who is the Director General of DME, Professor and Professor Purva Ranjan. And I must not forget Dr. Pooja Sharma and Dr. Shalini for being here today. Thank you so much.
Definitely, sir.
Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure listening to you. Thank you so much.
Same here. Feelings are mutual. Thank you so much. I'll take your leave now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you.
Likewise, sir.
So, sir, one more request. We'll request you for the valedictory also. I hope I'm not being...
What's the time, ma'am? What's the day and what's the time?
11:30 on a Saturday. That's 20th.
Saturday time is?
11:30 a.m. I'll send you the details, sir. Yeah, IST.
For now, I'm available on Saturday.
Okay. I'll send you the invite, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
See you.
Have a great night.
Thank you. Bye-bye. I think we can stop the recording.
Yes, ma'am, we can stop the recording as well as end the meeting, since I am sure students must have copied the link.
Yeah, they can copy the link and they can then leave the meeting. We'll be ending the meeting.